Week 4 of the Ohio high school football season is here. This week, we'll discuss 3 games and welcome back some teams that have been sitting on the sidelines for the first 3 weeks. What games made our watch list for Week 4? Stay tuned to find out. We want to thank First Star Logistics for their continued support of First Star Football Report. If you're looking for a new career, check out First Star Logistics, as they are always looking to hire 5-star talent to their team. Before we get started, do us a favor. Hit the subscribe button. Help us grow this channel on YouTube so we can continue bringing you the content we've provided so far. Dave Berk, First Star Football Report. How thankful we are for another week of high school football here in Southwest Ohio. We've already seen some great performances and games this season, with many more ahead in the coming weeks. We want to welcome back teams from the Dayton and Cincinnati Public Schools, along with Trotwood Madison, as all have received the go-ahead to get back on the field. In fact, Thursday night, Belmont and Dunbar will battle in a game that is always one of the top games to watch. In this video, we'll look at 3 games, 2 that First Star Football Report will be in attendance for. We're going to start with one of the games we will be seeing in person with Indian Hill at Reading. One of the top performing teams in Southwest Ohio this season has been Indian Hill. The Braves are 3-0 and will bring their high-powered offense to Reading in a Thursday night matchup in the Cincinnati Hills League. The Reading Blue Devils have struggled the past couple of seasons and enter this game with a 1-3 record. Junior quarterback Joel Steinkoning has not played poorly overall, hitting on over 62% of his throws for 420 yards. However, he's only thrown 5 touchdowns with 4 interceptions. His main targets have been junior receiver Casey Hinton, with 9 receptions for 136 yards and 1 touchdown, and senior Ty Westlake with 8 receptions for 104 yards and 3 scores. When the Blue Devils look to run the ball, they look to senior Caleb Embry, who has 220 yards on 35 carries and 1 touchdown. Embry has also shown he can catch the ball out of the backfield with 7 receptions, and Embry is a two-way player who leads the team with 3 sacks as well on defense. So he's a player to watch. However, everything's been going right for Indian Hill. The Braves are led by junior quarterback Ty Thornton, who stepped away from the game last season. The son of former West Virginia and NFL player John Thornton has been solid, passing for 455 yards while hitting on almost 68% of his throws and 4 touchdowns. Thornton can also run the ball with over 100 yards and 3 scores this season. When Thornton throws the ball, his main target has been Luke Hammond. The senior has 13 receptions for 335 yards and 3 touchdowns. But the Braves like to run the ball with another son of a former college and NFL player in junior Antoine Peak Jr. This season, Peak has rushed for 270 yards and 3 touchdowns. But when the Braves look to get the ball in the end zone, they look at senior Charlie Summerall, has rushed for over 300 yards and 6 touchdowns this season. The Braves get solid linebacker play on defense from Will Kleekamp and Will Adair, while Summerall also takes reps there. However, the star has been safety Charlie DeGennaro, who has 3 interceptions this season.
Dave Lapham here, and every day I am grateful for my experience to have played professional football. As a player, I realize self-motivation, leadership, and appreciating your teammates are key. At First Star Logistics, you can use those same attributes to create the life you want for you and your family. Build your future by working hard like I did. You'll see results both on and off the field. Call First Star Logistics today and be part of our winning team.
In our second game, Stebbins is at Piqua. One of the things we know going into this game is someone is going to come out with their first loss of the season. Both teams have been playing great football and enter the game with 3-0 records. Stebbins has been a scrappy team with all three of their wins being by 3 points or less. Piqua, though, has won all three of their games by double digits, as their offense has been very explosive. Sophomore quarterback Brady Ewell has played lights out, hitting over 77% of his throws with 5 touchdowns. Seniors Blaine Ewell and Garrett Shrub have been the primary targets, as the duo has combined for 272 yards and 3 touchdowns. Junior running back Josiah Medley averages over 11 yards per carry and has 5 touchdowns on the season, and senior Karan Coleman is over 13 yards per carry with 2 scores. Coleman also leads the team in total tackles on defense, along with 2 interceptions and 2 forced fumbles. In the middle of that defense is Princeton pledge Lance Reeves Hicks, who will put pressure on the Stebbins offense. Stebbins is one of the surprise teams this year, with junior quarterback Nate Keller leading the way. Keller has thrown for 338 yards and 4 touchdowns in 3 games, while also rushing for 217 yards and 2 scores. However, he's also tossed 2 interceptions and fumbled twice, something he will not be able to do in this game. Senior two-way standout Marvelous Rutledge has rushed for over 200 yards and 4 touchdowns this season, while also coming up big on defense. Freshman Rayvon Harris is the team's leading receiver with 137 yards and 2 touchdowns, while junior Dalton King is another two-way standout with 2 receiving touchdowns and 17 total tackles on defense. He also has 2 sacks. Senior Braden Pennington leads Stebbins with 25 total tackles and 1.5 sacks. The final game we're looking at in Week 4 is the First Star Logistics First Star Football Report Game of the Week, and for good reasons. Springfield and Northmont are a matchup of 2 teams, again with perfect records, that headline the Greater Western Ohio Conference. Northmont will come in with a high-powered offensive attack with senior quarterback Cade Rice, who has passed for 731 yards and 10 touchdowns. Rice can also run the ball, but hasn't had to rely on that part of his game this season. On the receiving end of 5 of those touchdowns has been top receiver prospect Marcus Allen, who recently decommitted from Michigan. Allen has 20 receptions for 265 yards this season, and all eyes are watching what he's going to do as far as where will he go play his college football at. Senior running back Cameron Jones leads the team in rushing with 144 yards and 3 touchdowns, but look for Rice to air it out against the Wildcats. Springfield can also air it out with junior quarterback Tayshawn Smoot, who has thrown for 553 yards and 7 touchdowns. Smoot can also run the ball, as he's rushed for 133 yards and 2 scores. But Smoot has also thrown 4 interceptions this season and will need to be careful in this game. Senior receiver Ben Van Noord transferred into Springfield to play at a higher level and has shown why he's one of the bigger under-the-radar prospects, with 12 receptions for 175 yards and 3 touchdowns. Sophomore Anthony Brown is a player to watch and has been a reliable target with 8 receptions for 159 yards and 2 touchdowns. Brown can also play a significant role on special teams as a return guy, having already scored on a 74-yard kickoff return this season. But to talk about the Wildcats and not talk about defense would be a crime. Head coach Maurice Douglas has always fielded solid defensive squads, and this year is no different. Sophomore linebacker Giovanni Norman leads with 36 tackles, and junior defensive lineman Tawan January has 29. Top prospect Delane Bradley has 22 stops this season and is one of the top prospects not only in Southwest Ohio but also in the Midwest. Northmont has also played defense at a high level this season. The Thunderbolts are giving up only 16.7 points on average. However, they have struggled to stop the run, giving up about 200 yards a game. Senior Philip Quashna leads the Thunderbolts with 25 stops, followed by Sean Hindergardner and Michigan pledge Rod Moore. This should be another exciting week of football attended by First Star Football Report, and we look forward to bringing you some follow-up content over the weekend from the games that we attend. If you've not done so already, please hit the subscribe button, help us grow our channel here on YouTube, and also check out firststarfootballreport.com.